Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
New video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
New video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Bye.
New video.
Bye. Bye.
New video.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Meanwhile, welcome to another installment of the D and D Show, the Dropout and Debrief Show. Shouts out to my new subscribers. You already know what time it is. And so if the first thought is on your mind, not again, another video about dubs, not again, if that's the first thought in your mind, get up out of here. Hit that exit button. Because you know this is a video about dubs and some of his supporters and people in the comments. I ain't gonna make it long, I'm gonna get straight to the point. First off, shouts out Tiger. Shouts out Tiger. Yeah, he told a very interesting story about Mr. Dubs in New Folsom. My question would be, do you talk about it? Have you talked about it? And how the hell could you even be telling any type of gangster stories? Why would you even speak on Pelican Bay, knowing what you had done? Not long after, probably. Shout out to Silent Assassin too. I see you, man. I see you. And shout out to Lil Toro. Lil Toro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna talk a lot about how the prison genre started a little bit after this, but Lil Toro, I'm gonna say, man, shouts out to you, man. I loved your video, and I liked how you brought that Bay energy at the end too. You had me like, hey, yeah, shout them all out, yeah. Shout out Lil Toro, man. So first comment I want to address is, if anybody feels like I was being racist by mocking like how Mexicans speak, let me give you a little background. My grandma, and she was black, my grandma was a Spanish 2 teacher. I speak Spanish. And a lot of my family speaks Spanish, so that is kind of natural. It's not like I'm not saying the words right. I'm actually pronouncing the words right. But if you felt like I was being racist in any form or fashion or condescending, no, I wasn't being racist. I was being dubsist. I was mimicking dubs. But if you felt offended, my bad. No, my bad. To anybody that felt offended, if anybody that is in their right mind and know exactly what I was doing, then, I appreciate you. So, Dubs and Dunner, Dubs and Dunner. I just see all these damn D words. Dubs, Dunner, Dropout, Debrief, the Stupids. Anyhow, so people that are just coming to the prison genre and they're trying to find their way and see how shit is, and they try to politic, but they really don't know how the origins of this prison genre shit started. If you knew the origins, some of it would make sense. And me, being from then to now, as somebody just coming in, the first question I would have is, how did this happen? How did dropouts get a voice in the prison genre, of all genres? How did it happen? So I'm gonna tell you, man, back in the early days, like you had Neil Dezad, he was shit. He was the first one, to be honest with you. He was the first Southside prison genre YouTuber, just in case y'all didn't know. But the thing is, there's a difference between prison and the free world. In the free world, you'd be a damn fool to be taking a lot of this shit to heart. Like, you got some people that wake up every day and they live, eat, breathe, and shit this YouTube shit. And I who am I to judge? But so what happened is, because of that, in the early days, me, Nate Dogg 916, damn, who else was there? Me, Nate Dogg 916 was the only really California prison prison YouTubers in the beginning. And then all of a sudden, when these other channels started coming, wasn't nobody there to really run their plates. The Mexicans was happy just to have a representative because there was nobody else from Gunner's region that had a channel at this time. And if they was trying, but they didn't blow up like he did. So he had nobody really to run his place like that. When it starts off, when you like got shit, it starts off like you catch a little traction, and now you got to justify, keep on going because you was playing with it at first. Now you got to justify a way to keep going, even though you know you standing on shit. So how did it happen? Because the early prison YouTubers were so busy going at each other and shit, and talking about prison that we didn't pay attention to these dudes that was offering this opinion, that was doing the same agenda that they have in prison. S&Y inmates, man, if you understand their mind frame, their goal is to infect. Their goal is to infect. You think they just pieces of shit because they is. But I'm saying, they got a way of thinking that's cold as fuck, because you ever dealt with somebody ain't got nothing to lose? All your dignity gone. You ain't got nothing to stand for. You didn't tuck your flag in and walked away with your head down. How can somebody like that ever have a voice? So what happens is people start to see their point of view. Whatever the approach was, they get to see their point of view. And now they're agreeing with this shit. And then they be getting knocked. Then they get knocked by the bullshit. And then they start defending the bullshit. And by then it's like, man, fuck all the motherfuckers. Find a video where motherfuckers was talking like we was on the same page. Only time you ever see me on a Gunner video is because somebody was talking shit in his comments, and I pulled up on him in a live like, hey, check this out. Yo, dude right there, that dude disrespected my motherfucking wife, man. And I got at him on his live. He thought I was gonna come up there to talk about some. No, fuck no. Come up here because I got a problem. See, me and Nate Dogg 916, we knew early. We keepers of the old way. We wasn't fucking with them. And then I did the video with Savage Studios. And that was to compare the differences between us and them, because people did not know at that time. My video was groundbreaking because people didn't really know the difference. People just coming on, oh, he's Mexican, oh, he's black, oh, he's been in prison. But they didn't know the difference between mainline S&Y. This is the early days. They didn't know. They just figured you've been in prison. So with Savage Studios, I basically pointed out the difference between then and now. So how does somebody like Dunner and Dubs, like, how do they thrive? Well, they thrive by telling other people's stories, letting other people tell them stories, hiding behind their experiences. Because if you're going to tell your stories, you're only going to tell the good ones. The ones where you was victorious or they were impactful. You're not going to tell the stories where you took an L. Anybody ever seen a Dubs story where he took an L? Like a serious L? Nah. Like tweaking out and getting escorted across the yard in New Folsom with your head down. Anybody ever told any stories like that? Dubs? No. It's not going down. Y'all been duped. Y'all been seduced. Y'all been Pied Piper. Yep. What's Pied Piper? That's the motherfucker come with the flute and be seducing motherfuckers and killing them. Yeah. The Pied Piper. Dubs, the Pied Piper. Boy, he put so many. How many subs you got? Shit. All them motherfuckers, you put them to sleep. And unless they the trolls. If they your sub because they trolling you, they doing a good motherfucking job. trolling you because they understand you should have never had a voice. You should have never been able to release videos. So now, is it a YouTube mainline SNY PC war? Well, if you supporting that shit, then motherfucking right it is. Dirty, go.